Caryn Chandler, who plays Matt Roloff on Little People, Big World, has a reputation for dating Matt Roloff with materialistic and selfish goals and then getting married to him. Caryn was one of his workers at first, helping Matt on the farm for 10 years until she was cast on one of the top reality TV series. Prior to its explosive rise to fame as a major Oregon tourist attraction, Matt was married to Amy Roloff. In 1990, the two of them purchased a farmhouse to establish Roloff Farms. Caryn Chandler, who was married to Joseph Chandler for 20 years until 2012, went through her own divorce. After Matt and Amy parted ways in 2016, Caryn had 4 years to show herself as a single person who could help Matt with his marital issues. After Caryn's marriage ended and she had 2 children with Joseph, it's probable that she was searching for a means to support her kids financially. That's where Matt and the possibility of selling his land came in during season 25 of Little People, Big World. Zach was supposed to take over the family farm when Matt was ready to retire, according to a well-established succession plan when Matt bought it in 1990. That's why Matt's decision to offer 16 acres of the market without consulting anyone surprised the whole family, especially Zach. Zach was naturally hurt, and while he hasn't publicly accused Caryn, her unwillingness to assume management of the Roloff Farms was known and likely had an impact on Matt and Caryn's choices that caused the family to fall apart. If Zach had taken over, Caryn would not have been involved, but she would have lost a significant amount of money that she believed she was entitled to. Matt and Caryn were probably drawn to that money because they could use it to finance the construction of their new house, which they began during season 25 of Little People, Big World. Zach's refusal to discuss Matt and Caryn's engagement with the producers during a confessional moment later in the season suggests that he was fully aware of the financial incentive Matt and Caryn earned by eliminating him from the picture. Undoubtedly, Matt possesses a substantial sum of money from his farm and the 25 seasons of Little People, Big World in which he has appeared. Caryn is reaping the benefits of this, as she now owns new residences in Arizona and Oregon. In addition, Caryn shares updates on her quick getaways in Cabo on Instagram on a regular basis. Despite the fact that she was living a wealthy lifestyle, the fact that Matt couldn't get to the upper bedroom in her new, pricey 2-story home showed that she valued her money more than his companionship. In addition to perhaps lending Caryn financial help to buy a house, Matt also granted her control over the construction of his opulent new residence in Little People, Big World Season 25. Episode 2, Get Your Girlfriend Straight. Caryn informed Matt that it will always be your house that they would share. Though that seems reasonable, Matt continued by saying that he first asks Caryn about any areas in which she may not desire a product before purchasing it. Matt ought to have the last word on where things go, given how much money he's spending on them. Tori claims that she and Zach aren't dramatic enough in their new podcast, Raising Heights. They go on to add that Zach was compelled to serve as his mother's representative because of the farm transaction, which implies that Matt and Caryn's callous handling of the arrangement played a factor in Zach and Tori's exit. In contrast to Caryn, who still aspires to profit monetarily from the show, Zach says he has never felt uneasy in a materialistic sense and that quitting the show is an opportunity to move on and explore opportunities that they would not have otherwise. Zach claims that despite the fact that shooting has ceased, nothing has changed and that he has no contact with Matt in another podcast episode. In addition to claiming that Matt and Caryn are still acting as though they've done nothing wrong, Zach never liked Caryn in the first place. This conveys a narcissism that he must have stood up to. It's evident that Caryn's unbridled ego has contributed to the farm turmoil and leaving Little People. Big World prompted Matt and Tori to put distance between them. Because she is normal in height and he is little in stature, Little People, Big World alum Tori Roloff and her husband Zach Roloff appear to be an odd couple. It surfaced during their recent conversation about their relationship that there was resistance to her dating the TLC personality. She never imagined that he would be her kind of person, either. Discover why by reading on. Fans were still able to learn more about the lives of the TLC pair even after it was announced that they were leaving Little People, Big World. This is a result of the release of their brand new podcast, Raising Heights. They didn't seem to have many subscribers at first, but it changed every week. She and Zach talk about their relationship all the time. In addition, Tori Roloff talked candidly about her kids, Lila's operation, and the health problems they both faced. Due to her difficulties getting back in shape after giving birth to Josiah, she has received a lot of criticism. However, she stated that exercise is more effective for her than corrective surgery. On contrast, the Little People Big World star spoke up about dating little people on her most recent podcast, which took a look back at her earlier dating experiences. It's interesting to note that the wife of the former TLC star had no interest in short guys prior to their meeting Zach Roloff. She would even decline dating invitations from men who were too short for her. It seems odd, therefore, that she would meet and wed someone so diminutive. Fans of Little People Big World are already aware from the program that she spent a season working on the farm and that she found out her future spouse had feelings for her through another person. On June 20th, Tori Roloff talked about dating a little person in an episode of Raising Heights on YouTube called The Truth Behind Mixed Height Dating. She added, "Part of what made it humorous was that, as a child, I had a lot of admirers who, well, let's not go too pompous, but there were a couple people that I would brush off as being too short. I was only expressing that I don't genuinely care for this individual. I can't picture me dating this individual. Even though your height surprised me when I first met you, Zach, there was nothing wrong with you. Nothing that I could analyze and conclude. For example, oh, this guy is too short to date." The father of the Little People Big World star was offended by Zach Roloff's height, despite the TLC star's lack of objections. She clarified that he had asked her several times whether she was certain of her choice. She said, nevertheless, that in the end, she was very certain that her father now preferred you over her. Regarding Tori Roloff's refusal to date short men prior to meeting Zach Roloff, what are your thoughts? Is it surprising that her father didn't feel Zach was the ideal match for her? Alumni of Little People, Big World Audrey Roloff seems to be rehashing the same storyline, except this time it's about her brother Bode rather than Ember. It also revolves around his response to a different sibling. When May 23rd came, Mirabella, also known as Mira, her son had hoped for another sibling. The former TLC diva revealed to her followers in 2021 that Ember wished for a younger sibling. Rather, she was given a younger brother named Radley Knight. During the pregnancy, she referred to the unborn child as a female since she desired a younger sibling. However, Ember developed a strong protective instinct and found it difficult to let go of the infant once he was born. Repeat after me? This time, Jeremy Roloff's wife tells Bode the same tale. Unlike Jacob and Isabel Roloff, who never post a picture of their son Mateo on social media, Audrey Roloff is the whole opposite. Every day is filled with images or videos of the kids that are posted on Instagram. Some fans of Little People Big World believe that she is taking advantage of her kids in order to make money. Privacy invasion accusations are not uncommon. Consequently, Little People Big World fans complained this past weekend at the recurring narrative of bonding, albeit with a different child. The former Little People Big World star posted a video clip of Bode appearing dejected on her Instagram account before the weekend. In addition, a picture of him holding his younger sister Mira emerged. His mother wrote in her caption, "From the time she was born, Bode fell deeply in love with her." It's amazing how quickly someone can shift from being the least enthusiastic sibling to the most devoted sibling.